I mean, the whole thing is like, you can be a nerd about anything.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Nerdvana podcast. I'm your host, Gianni.
And I'm your host, Terrell. Welcome back.
And we introduced this, we start this podcast off with some very sad news, actually.
Some terrible news.
One of the greats has recently just passed. James Earl Jones, 93 years old, has passed away.
The iconic voice, a voice that's never going to be forgotten. Vader, Mufasa. He was in also Coming to America. But,
man.
Dark Vader, the Dark Vader, he's gone. That shit
he's...
fell to my knees, man. That shit was fucking sad. I mean, he lived a long-ass life. Again, 93? That is
93.
93 years of fucking making movies. It's pretty dope.
I'll keep it a book with you. I got nervous when they were when they were filming stuff for Kenobi. I'm like, man,
oh yeah.
I mean, is he gonna make it? Like, cause I don't know. Cause again, he was getting up there in age, but man, that's a long life. 93. I mean, shit.
I think he retired before they even made Kenobi. They used all the voice. It was like he did almost. I'm pretty sure like a couple years worth of dialogue recording for Disney. So we'll still get his voice, and we'll still hear probably stuff that we haven't heard before. So we'll still hear new stuff from him. But yeah, he did pass away. Funny enough, of September.
I remember him mostly from The Sandlot. That's like my...
Really?
I'm not... Well, obviously, he's the voice of Vader.
That's a baseball game, right? Baseball game.
No, it's a baseball movie, yeah. So, but visually, again, we're talking about his voice. But visually, I remember him from The Sandlot as the old man with the dog that they're trying to outsmart the entire... He's the owner of the dog. And I remember him... his character's talking about how he went blind and he was like a really, he was a big baseball player, yada, yada, yada. Like, that's what I remember him from mostly, and it just sucks, man. Anytime you lose a great actor or
him,
a great director,
Kevin Conroy, just
I mean, it sucks, man.
It really does.
It sucks because it is my childhood. I mean, Mufasa is my childhood.
Mufasa.
So I mean, The Lion King, all that shit, that's kind of crazy. That's my whole childhood. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you,
what?
The first kind of kind of messed me up was David Bowie.
David
2015.
Bowie, yeah.
Because I thought just got into his stuff, we'll be good, but he went, and then obviously a bunch of rappers died after that, between 2015
all downhill after that, huh? All downhill.
Yeah, I think I will say it's a different feeling when people that have lived a long life and are older pass away than those. I mean,
oh yeah, again, 93. He lived a long, fucking fulfilling life.
It sucked when obviously Chadwick Boseman passed away because he was, he's still.
He was in his 40s or early 50s. Yeah, still 40s, so much more movies to be and not just so much things to do in life. So obviously it's tragic, but not in the sense of a car crash tragic. It's just all it's just life.
When you think about it, there's only 2 left now. The original 4 people. No, it was original 5 people from the original Star Wars film. Yeah, bro.
5.
Kenobi's gone. Leia's gone. Now Darth Vader's gone.
I think Chewbacca, R2-D2. No. Okay, the ones left are Harrison Ford, Mark,
and obviously Mark Hamill.
Lando Calrissian. I don't know the actor's name. Lando.
Yeah.
George Lucas. But yeah,
I'm talking about the first film.
Yeah.
First film.
Okay, yeah. There's slowly we're getting it. I mean, that's how fucking time is. We're getting to the point where
those
iconic people are gonna start dying off. That's just
yeah.
Yeah. Just let's just have a little moment of silence for him and just move on to something more pleasant.
Yeah.
Anyways,
right, that's long enough. That's long enough.
Space Marines 2. That shit kind of goes crazy. I don't know. That shit kind of goes hard.
Speaking of space, yeah. I mean, that shit. We talked about last time we were going to talk about Space Marines 2, and it has lived up to the hype. I would say that it's crazy. It's crazy. It's as fun as I thought it was going to be.
I mean, I myself know a bit about the Warhammer 40K lore because a couple years ago I wanted to get into the tabletop because it started off with a tabletop back in the 80s or 90s probably, and it stemmed off into video games, and Space Marine 2 came out, but everything, the lore about it is just so good. It really is.
I have gone down the rabbit hole of lore videos, and they're all long as fuck,
4 to 5 hour long, just
and I'm just sitting there listening to it it sounds like some crazy shit. Like when they're talking about like the again, I cannot be fucked to remember all these names, all these different things. But like I remember there was the one people that are chosen to like carry like some energy source down into like the reactor, like powers like the ships or whatever.
Oh yeah, every time you fuel a ship in 40K, you practically just it's a death sentence for you. Like you just die right off rip. That's the thing. Like
people, like, you have to walk these coffins, like these coffins that are like filled with like a fuel source, and like your bones are like you're literally melting away from the radiation as you get closer.
Yeah, Warhammer is a very like when you think of like top 10 worst universes to live in, Warhammer's up there. It's practically it's literally
40K
just,
to be specific, yeah, because it's
just Warhammer 40. Yeah, Warhammer is the medieval shit. Warhammer 40K is the sci-fi shit. Either way, each universe equally as terrible to be in. Because I mean, unless you're a space marine, even if you are a space marine, your life is still horrible. But that's probably as best as it could get.
So, that's the lore. The game, I'll be honest with you, is like as someone who, because I went into it not knowing shit about the lore.
Yeah,
you know more than I do. From your perspective of like knowing the lore, how is it? Because I can tell you right now, someone who doesn't know shit about it going into it, as I imagine a majority of people who see the videos about it are, I love it. It's like I want to learn more about it. It's so intriguing to me, like because it's weird. It's a weird universe, and the characters that you play as is weird. It's a very odd like brother. I say Brotherhood of Steel, but it's like a very culty like thing that you're a part of.
Well, for me, it's like. This isn't my first Warhammer game, but like in most Warhammer games are very Warhammer. It's like, damn, you really just like little tabletop miniatures you usually see. It's like, oh shit, they're actually flying around in them. You're actually playing them. The customization, you're able to pretty much choose whichever chapter marine you want. It's really dope.
I would say the gameplay, because obviously the biggest thing that's going to get compared to is Helldivers.
For some reason,
which I don't think is fair. And I'll say that right now.
Not at all.
I will say this right now. People that are like, oh, Helldivers had a bigger fall off, had the biggest fall off of 2024, but like, Helldivers wasn't even made to have it come up. It was a $40 game.
Yeah.
The last game barely made enough fucking sales. Nobody heard about it. Helldivers 2 came out of nowhere, had no hype. And it just exploded on the internet.
Developers were not ready for it.
The developers were not ready to handle 400,000+ people, active players on Steam, which is insane. They had to make more servers for people to play. And I know there's like some controversy with like PlayStation or some shit. Like,
but I don't think that is like the server capacity isn't what made the Helldivers fall off. I'm pretty sure it's the PlayStation with the combination of them not listening to the community. But
it's like, what were they supposed to do? Like they probably didn't even think about honestly updating the game that crazy, like that fast, I would say. Like they probably made that game, they were like, yeah, we'll update every couple months, and now everyone's like, I need it now.
Well, they were promising. They were literally promising. I think within the week they said they already announced the third alien race that's gonna come up, and then the third alien race is still not in the game. So I feel like fucking No Man's Sky did.
That's a bad PR move in my opinion. I don't think that's nothing to do with how the game plays. I mean,
no.
I'll be honest with you. For a $40 game, I got my fun out of it. It was fun when I played it.
I definitely got my fun out of it. I don't see myself returning on to it, to be honest. But
man, Space Marine 2 is a AAA game, $70 or $60 on Steam.
And it shows.
And it's man, the graphics are amazing.
Have you played the multiplayer yet?
I played a bit, yeah.
It's very much like what's called Gears. It's very Gears of War.
Somebody said it's like Gears of War, Helldivers, and
I just don't see the Helldivers part. I really don't.
There was one more. I mean, the mobs of aliens. I can see.
The hordes.
But somebody said it was Gears of War, Helldivers, and there was a third game. I forget the game, but it was like all combined together.
Yeah, 100%.
The Gears of War like gameplay, I could definitely see that. I would see. I wouldn't say it's like a copy, but I would say that if I can compare it to anything of how it plays, I think it plays more like Gears of War.
Yeah.
In terms of like, the meleeing, the gunplay, the fact that you're this huge person.
10-foot, 12-foot tall, fucking human, fucking experiment, genome, fucking soldier.
Yeah, except there's a lore reason for it, and not just, you're just this jacked person because you just are, because you're the main character. Like,
the lore is fucked up.
I mean, explain the lore. Like, why are you this?
So they pretty much pick from the younger the younger the better. Essentially, they pick boys or kids, 11 and 12, and they practically just do surgery on them. They put because the mechanics and the surgery a human needs to go through in order to become a space marine can kill an adult. So they do it only on children, and only the strongest of children can become space marines.
It's like Spartan shit.
Yeah, it's Spartan
like
shit.
Spartans.
That's where I don't want to say it, but they kind of Space Marines has been around longer than Halo, so like I could see where the inspiration for Master Chief came from with the Space Marines.
I mean more that too, but I mean like actual Spartans, like Spartan warriors.
Oh yeah, Spartan. Oh yeah.
Like they would pick up the babies, and the babies had any imperfections, they would just they only wanted the strongest of the strongest to be Spartan warriors.
They have super human strength, super healing, but they're also like mechanical. Like they pretty much have iron lungs. So, like they're not really human, but they are kind of human. But
they
they're also
live a long time too.
They're practically immortal. As long as they can repair the body, Space Marines can keep on living essentially. So
it's crazy because I did not expect the campaign to be as fleshed out as it was.
It is a fully campaign, yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna be like just Helldivers gameplay, like just simple objectives, do this, but like there's cutscenes, there's voice actors, there's an actual supporting cast, which I think is like very interesting. I mean, granted, me and you amongst other people are going to play this with friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Which will just like
game, I would
but
say.
it's still like the characters are all voiced. The characters that it's 3-player co-op. The two other Space Marines you play with actually have like characteristics to them. They're actually like voice acted. They're not just there for cannon fodder. Like they're the actual characters in the story. And it's crazy because the way the story starts is like you're essentially a part of the Death Watch.
Yeah. And
then you die essentially. And then you get basically put back together. And now you're the blue now. I forget the name of the thing, but you're a Space Marine, but you're I don't remember the names.
It's like Centauri or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but now I don't remember. Yeah. But you have the blue armor now, and everyone's like, "Wow, you're from Death Watch. Like that means he's like 200 plus years old.
He served for 200 years. Yeah,
like that's crazy to me. Like I don't know. Like there's weird, and there's also like this weird like
what
bitterness that some of the characters have towards you in the story.
Well, because apparently, again, this is Space Marine 2. Apparently, the main guy in this game did something. He was the hero, but somehow they still pointed the finger at him, saying, "Oh, well, you might have defeated the bad guy, but you're still corrupted." So they sent him to Death Watch. So everyone.
Wait, this is connected to the first one?
Well, yeah, this is Space Marine 2.
Man, I'll be honest with you.
Yes, this is literally connected to this.
I did not think the story was connected to the first one.
You're playing the same guy as the first one. So
man, I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't know that. Damn, I got to go back and look at the lore of Space Marine 1 because I'm out of the loop.
So even if you ended up saving them, but the higher arcs say, actually, well, you're corrupted now, so you're still bad. So the higher ups view you as, dishonorable, even though you aren't.
Well, the jump is like, I mean, it's 14-year difference. I mean, my bad. Yeah. I didn't think they were going to keep the same fucking story from 14 fucking years ago. My bad. 2010 to 2024, like, my bad. I didn't know they were going to keep the same fucking story, but...
It's just Warhammer. Yeah, of course they keep the same story.
But it's crazy. Like, you die, and they're just like... Huh. Like, me personally, I wouldn't have died. It's just like... in like a very poetic, really like... I mean, the voice lines and dialogue are really good in this game.
They are.
I like it. I also love when people... You meet an average person who's just a soldier, and you're huge, but they like look at you like you're a god essentially.
Well, because again,
in their lifetime,
you will never see one, or if you do see one, you usually don't live to tell the tale. So it's like it's kind of like you see an angel, but it's kind of like a death sentence angel. So if you see one, like, oh, the situation's really bad, and I'm most likely not going to make it out. But hey,
one of the difficulties is called Angel of Death.
Literally,
which is kind of crazy. Yeah. I mean, we're playing it on the difficulty right below that, which is like. Yeah, which is like, man, I'll be honest with you.
I know it's complicated sometimes. That shit was
Let's talk about the gameplay, right? Because obviously the big comparison against the Helldivers is you're fighting these aliens and mobs of aliens, but the way this gameplay plays out is like
it's a whole lot more.
That was the game.
Yeah,
Doom. It was Doom, Helldivers, and Gears of War.
Because it has a whole lot more melee focus shit than I thought it would have. Because some enemies you literally only can fight melee. And it's like, oh, okay, I do like that fact.
Yeah, and that's something that like the Doom execution it never gets old.
Yeah,
when like a character's like highlighted and you can like execute them and
yeah.
like that shit, just like in Doom, that shit never gets old, man. That shit is so much fun. To like you can parry enemies, like they light up blue and they rush at you. You can just catch them out the fucking
Mid-air
sky
and just slam them
and just slap them and just like you feel. Not only are you viewed as like this god figure, but you feel it. Like you feel like you're this ultra giant space marine, and like
you're an unstoppable force. You're literally just trampling through everybody and everything.
But what's crazy is like you get covered in all this blood, and it's just like it's insane, dude. Like,
it really
some
is.
of the oh shit moments, like oh I'm dead, but then you don't die because you just trust the process. You dodge, you just keep going. So many moments in this game, I just felt like some Last Stand type shit. Like damn,
really,
like, hold the line. Like it's insane.
It definitely feels that feeling. Again, other than the Hordes, I really don't see the comparison to Helldivers. It really is more like Gears of War and Doom. It really is.
Helldivers is a game that throws a lot of enemies at you at once, and this game does do that. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I was overwhelmed sometimes. Like with the amount of enemies they throw at you at one time, like and all these enemies require different approaches.
They do, yeah.
Like you'll be in the middle of like just mowing down all these fucking grunts, and then you get to like one of the bigger ones that you have to like parry and shit. You have to time the parry. While you're trying to time the parry, there's still 900 grunts trying to fucking charge you, and it's like it can be overwhelming. And there's like stalkers that fucking go into the ground and come out of the ground.
Oh, those are just oh my god! They had a personal vendetta against my ass. Holy fuck!
They love your ass. I still have yet to come into contact with one. They're always after your ass. I don't know what it is, but they love you.
3 in a row one time. Where were you? Fucking who knows? Who knows?
Also, let's talk about that.
What?
Because there's a lot of exploration in the game. It encourages you to walk around the map and to like see some of the shit. And I would say a lot of it is fan service. Because a lot of the shit you do find,
it's lore,
these audio recordings, these lore recordings, like that is something for like the fans. Because like me, as like someone who's not a huge like I'm not into Warhammer 40K at all. I don't really know much, but I like that they added that there. I like that it is a linear-ish game, but it feels open to the point where I never felt like it's super linear.
Yeah. There is a mode that we still haven't tried, which is kind of like a Destiny raid mode that we still need to get into. That's where we get all the cool loot and all the customs. We still got to get into that, so we'll let you guys know what we think about that one. Multiplayer, you said you played much of multiplayer or no?
I played a bit. I played like 2 matches.
The multiplayer is fun. I think it's very enjoyable, especially again you're easy. The way you're able to customize characters and unlock progress and all that stuff is very fast and satisfying, especially when you go on oh no, have you when you played multiplayer, what class have you did you
Sniper.
do? Really? Oh, okay.
Sniper, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I played there's like 2 tanks. One has like a hammer and one has like a broadsword. I tried playing as one of those, but like I don't know.
Yeah, the knight one. There's also a heavy machine gunner.
I like moving faster.
Yeah. So Vanguard and Assassin and again a Sniper are the moving ones.
Oh man, you just reminded me of something that's fucking hilarious. So one of the abilities, you have like these super abilities while you're playing the campaign, and 2 of them are good.
Yeah.
I would say 2 of them are like useful.
Yeah.
One of them
was completely fucking useless.
Maybe we just haven't encountered an enemy where it's good at.
No,
but it's just a tracker. It just highlights every enemy.
We've encountered an enemy that needs it, and that shit still wasn't that useful. It really wasn't.
Man, it's crazy because I'll be getting mowed down by like 100 fucking enemies, and you'll just throw that shit. I'm like, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, scanning enemies. Enemy scan incoming.
Scanning enemies that are charging right at me. Thank you. I had no fucking idea what those enemies were at.
In a fucking horde game mode, yeah. It's fucking old. I wonder where they are.
It doesn't really make sense. In multiplayer, obviously, it makes a lot more sense. You can find where the people that are shooting you are at, but like, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with
that.
And
the campaign-wise, it was just bad.
But I mean, so far, I like the story. I think it's very interesting. It feels very hopeless. I will say that. It feels like we're fighting a war that we're destined to lose.
It's a very hopeless fucking universe. I'll tell you that.
It reminds me again a lot of Doom, like just hell invading, pretty much. Like you're just fucking cooked. Like you don't have a chance.
And that's only fucking. I think we've only faced one of the fucking enemy types in that entire universe. That's also the crazy part. Like the fucking hordes of like things that like just take over planets. That's only one thing out of like 6 or 7 things.
There's levels of hell, right? Like there's levels of hell they go
Yeah,
into.
yeah.
Like,
It's
in the lore.
It's called, I think it's called the chaos. They open like a chaos portal, and that in and of itself is hell. And there's like 7 layers of it, and each layer is inhabited by like a Primarch, which is pretty much just like devil, like Satan, but like each level version, and each of them have like a different type of it's just a different type of evilness. So there's a plague, there's wrath, so like constant war, constant sickness. There is damn, which else is there? There is seduction or like sloth, where there's also damn.
Oh,
That's all I
that's
know.
7 deadly sins type shit.
No, 7 layers of hell type shit. It's like a 7 deadly
okay.
sins in a way, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. And they said they're gonna add a new enemy type every season. So I'm curious on what the next wave of enemies are gonna be in the future patches or future
Let me tell you,
updates.
$70. They better fucking come through with that shit. It better not be no fucking Helldiver shit where they promise it and they never fucking come out with it. I'm actually gonna lose.
That's
my
the
shit,
thing,
but...
right? Like most video games nowadays, it really is just they rely more on promises than actually doing it. Shit's fucking kind of
but
annoying.
I mean, for right now, I'd say it's a good game. I
Yeah,
like it a lot.
good.
I do
It's
not
fun.
think it's a 6 out of 10. Some fucking websites have given it a 6 out of 10. I think that's ridiculous.
This game is fantastic.
It's leaning more towards like a higher 8. I don't think I could give it a 9 right now
No,
because
no,
we haven't
no.
like beaten anything. But I would give it like a decent 8. I think it's solid. I think if you love the Warhammer 40K universe and you've already bought it, you're already playing it.
You already know.
If you're on the
about it.
fence about it, then
Get
it's
it.
like get it. I think if you have 2 friends, especially if you have 2 friends to play it with, like that to me is the more enjoyable experience. It is set up in a way where playing by yourself isn't that bad because again, the story is actually interesting and the characters that you play with aren't just NPCs; they're
Yeah, but
actual
why do that?
characters. Yeah, but again, it's
Yeah,
like
just
it's
get it,
way
you know?
more fun. It's way more fun to fight it off with your friends, I would say.
Get some friends
yeah.
and play this shit. It's fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like speaking of hell,
Speaking of hell,
DrDisrespect. I think he's going there.
this
I think he's ending up there.
Dr. Disrespect.
I think he's gonna end up in hell. I think for how he's reacting to I'm being a dickhead right now, but I don't think he deserves sympathy. I think he
He shouldn't have a platform, but yet here he is still having a platform and streaming. But have we talked about Dr. Disrespect in detail?
We talked about the situation. But that was right after it happened. That was like a week or 2 after like the situation actually happened. But since then, he has.
Well, let's do a quick catch up. Dr. Disrespect, popular streamer. He was the dude with the beard and always like masculine. Oh, the 2-time has a mullet,
the mustache.
Yeah, always wearing red. It's like 6'3". He got banned from Twitch a couple years back. Twitch and him, they never disclosed why. It's like, why the fuck did they do it? We never know. We never know. Until a Twitch employee, 2 or 3 years later, said, oh, he got banned because he was messaging a minor in the Twitch messaging. I don't know what the Twitch messaging thing is. Whispers, I think?
That's just Twitch DMs
Whispers.
or some shit.
Like Twitch Whispers. He got caught texting a minor. What? No, what? Everyone didn't know which. They were picking a side. Okay, oh, that's true. Oh, that's not true. Then Dr. Disrespect himself, for some reason, posted a tweet and saying, "Did I message the minor? Yes, but let me explain myself." But like at that point, yeah, he admitted he messaged the minor.
Let's just say something.
You admitted it.
Let's just get something real clear. Like,
but somehow people are still watching him. I don't understand this.
Listen, let me get something straight right now. It's one thing to message somebody and not know they're a minor. It's one thing to message them knowing they're a minor. You know what I mean? And it's like,
right?
My problem with it, I'm saying like if he just messaged, because I can already hear the fucking people are like, "Ooh, he didn't know," or "He didn't know," or "How would he know?" And it's just like, I think it's more the fact that he did know. And it's more the fact that he continued to do it, and it's the fact that the context of the DMs have not been released.
Bro, he said, he said, I pushed it. Did those conversations go a bit too far, or if it wasn't appropriate for minors?
That
said,
leads
yes,
me to
it was
believe,
pushing the gray area. What the fuck?
That leads me to believe that that's disgusting. And it's crazy because
he was 35 years of age at the time. 35 years old.
What does a normal person do after they're pretty much given career-ending? Like a revelation, a reveal. It's career suicide.
Either apologize or they rebrand. He did neither of those things.
Or
he did neither of those things.
Or you pull an R. Kelly and you get on fucking stream and you sit there and you look at them and go, people have been banned for this. Like, I don't understand how these people still have a platform and they've been like, bro.
He was literally bringing up, oh, this streamer says the N-word, so how come they aren't banned? As if that's the same equivalent to a minor.
Yeah, because a black guy saying the N-word is the equivalent to you texting a fucking 17, 16-year-old, however the fuck old she was. Like, that's crazy.
Man, he was 35-year-old, she was a minor.
Man,
age, at that point, does not matter.
I didn't have any respect for him at that, like, at all. But now I just hate him. I think that's disgusting.
Twitch streamers, they're not really my type of people. I don't think I really like a single one of them, honestly.
To me, it's crazy how like you go from just, you could have just sat there and did the boogie thing and just, or the fucking, and just be like, I fucked up, you know. Fucking Sketch gave a better apology and he didn't do anything wrong.
That's the sick part about it, right?
Crazy.
Sketch is over here crying, saying sorry.
Nothing wrong. We already
I'll
talked
never
about
let
it.
it happen.
I just think about it.
Oh,
bro was on the like verge of like killing himself, and bro straight up is just sitting there crying and shit. And it's like, bro's here like, this person, he's putting on stupid fucking sunglasses because you can't look in. They always tell you, you know,
guy, have
you
you
can
not
look a liar in the eyes.
I'm confused. Have you not seen the comeback stream with DrDisrespect? He's flat out saying it's all a lie now. He's denying it. That's the thing. Like that's the whole thing that's like funny about the situation. He said that he used the word minor purposely so the media and the fake journalist can somehow see that and then write the fake story about it, even though it wasn't the truth. Like again, he's trying to backpedal even though he admitted it already. And now he's just back to life and people agreeing like, oh, good to see you, good to see the 2-time back, good to see you back, they'll never stop you. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand this. It's
you like you're telling me that bro thought it'd be a good idea to admit to texting a minor in order to, because he did release that tweet.
Then he deleted
like,
it.
You're playing chess, I'm playing checkers type shit.
Yeah, again, he's saying that he was playing the journalism and the fake media is playing checkers while he is playing chess. Because he is the one controlling the game. He planted the seeds in their head that he was talking to a minor, even though he admitted he was talking to a minor. But somehow it's still, you know, all under his scheme in a way.
Or He said, I want to fuck you. He said that to a minor, and that's the story. And now bro's trying to fucking pull this fucking 7D chess fucking, oh, what you fell right into my plan. Like, no,
fake
bro.
Media. Yeah,
you're a weirdo. And you shouldn't have a platform anymore. It's disgusting because I think that him sitting there trying to divert everybody, like, oh, well, so-and-so got banned. So-and-so did all this that violates Twitch's guidelines and they didn't get banned. Why am I got banned because Twitch hates me. Like, they will have it out for me. And it's just like, bro.
You were talking to a minor, bro. It's that simple. It's like the second, I guess it's not even like streamers. It's just social media personalities in general. It's like, I mean, just don't do it.
There's not favoritism on Twitch. 100% there's favoritism on Twitch. There's favoritism on every platform.
Every platform.
But he was one of those people that got favoritism. Like, he was one of the biggest streamers at one point.
Yeah, and Twitch loved him because he brought in the Twitch money. He brought moolah to Twitch. But again, and they banned him. You think Twitch would have banned him? They're one of their biggest cash cows if it wasn't for a genuine reason. If they didn't have actual evidence. Let's think about that for a second. They had actual evidence.
They saw those screenshots and they said, no, we cannot be associated with they cannot be associated with this fucking guy, bro. There's no fucking way, bro.
And imagine
this guy gotta go. This guy gotta go. It just, I don't know. I don't know. It bothers me that like we live in this age where like forgive and forget. It's like, no, bro. That's kind of disgusting. I feel like there's some shit you just
Back in the day, it used to be, but it really is so odd to me how it seems like the whole kid.
It's just normalized now.
It's especially on the internet, the whole kid, like dealing with anything kid related. It's like it's so normalized. Why is it so normalized compared to everything else? Like the whole Millie Bobby Brown or like 20.
Say that.
Like, let's have an 18-year-old counter. Can't wait for till she's 18.
I mean, we've seen the memes. I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this, but we've all seen the memes of like, 14-year-olds when I was in high school versus 14-year-olds now or some shit. You know what I mean? We've all seen those memes where it's like a girl looking normal, like a girl should look at 14, and now 14-year-olds now are wearing these, you know, they're dressing like they're grown women and shit. I think it has more to do with. I'm talking about like the memes you see where it's like a 14-year-old and they are looking more like they're more sexualized now by society, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think that the problem is that society in general that's a society problem.
It is, because I mean, again, a movie, Netflix looked at the movie's cuties and said, you know what?
Yeah, that's crazy. The movie Cuties. I forgot about that shit.
Let's sign off on that, make it, and let's post that shit. That shit gonna go hard, guys. Like, it's okay, like
movie
really?
about underage girls shaking ass and shit. Like that's fucking wild. That movie got man. All right, this is about DrDisrespect.
Yeah,
all right,
DrDisrespect,
this is fucking crazy. Like that's the society we live in, where it's a normalized thing now.
Yeah, but the people that are. Again, DrDisrespect still has people on his side. That is the biggest problem. If he himself is spewing all this bullshit and going crazy online and talking about this, and everyone looks at him as if he's a clown, and we can point and laugh at him. But the biggest problem is that he has people on his side somehow. That's where I will say that
there's always going to be dumbasses. Like there's always idiots.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot of them.
But I understand.
There's a whole lot of them.
I mean, I'll be honest. You can come back from a few things. Like Paula Deen, I get it. She said the N-word. Like, all right, whatever. Like, new network, new fucking show. Like, whatever, dude. Rebrand, like you said. Rebrand. Like,
yeah, rebrand.
Yeah. PewDiePie dropped the N-bomb. I mean, we all kind of didn't like it, but then nobody really gave a fuck. But it's like, bro, you act because it's like you're actively like talking to somebody who's I don't know. That's one of the things where I'm like, I don't feel like you should be able to come back from that. Kevin Spacey didn't come back from that. I mean,
he's trying to come back from that. That's the funny part.
He tried to come back from it.
He's trying. Yeah, he's going into movies, little low-budget movies.
Any form of like pedophilia or sexual assault, like you should not be able to come back from any of that shit. You're a monster.
But nowadays, people have make excuses for him. Well, she was probably 18. She was probably 17 and like
I don't want to
2
say
minutes away from being 18. But no, it's. No.
Linkin Park's new lead singer. I'm just saying, like, you know,
Linkin Park. You said you want to talk about this?
She associated herself with somebody who
we might get banned for this one. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like that '70s show, like the guy from that '70s show. I forget the guy's name, but
yeah, she's confirmed to be a Scientologist. How do you feel about that?
Next topic. I don't want to. Man, I don't want to talk about man.
Hey, let's just watch the South Park episode.
If I bring up Scientology, Tom Cruise will come into my room and kill me in the morning. I don't want to talk about it.
You got Tom Cruise hiding in the closet.
Again, yeah. So we've got some new news lately. Let's get into the nerdy shit.
I do.
Batman 2.
Oh shit, Batman 2.
Batman 2.
Batman 2.
Details have came out. Details have came out that it's going to take place in the winter time, says the director Matt Reeves. It's going to take place during winter. So
Matt Reeves has said a lot more for it. Yeah.
So some Arkham Origins vibes, like
no,
Christmas?
Because the Penguin is coming out this week, the show, and
which
because of that, reviewing. And Matt Reeves has been doing a lot more interviews, and he's been answering a lot more questions when it comes to the Batman Part 2. And he's saying the Batman Part 2 is going to take about the Penguin takes a year later, and then the Batman 2 is taking a place a week or two after the Penguin. And during that time, apparently it's going to be during Christmas, or like maybe like Christmas Eve type shit. So it's going to be, again, it's going to be a winter Batman movie, and that shit's going to go fucking hard. They're going to have oh my God. I'm
Mr. just saying, Freeze. Everyone sees Snow, they think Mr. Freeze.
It's got to be Mr. Freeze. It's going to be Freeze, hopefully Mad Hatter, or I want Zsasz in it. Like, I want so much from this. I want so much.
Crazy is, do you think that those? I think first of all, I think Mad Hatter can work perfectly in this universe.
I think Mad Hatter I think so.
Hush was always the one that was rumored.
Hush as well. I want the Hush.
Work. Hush, but I feel like Hush requires a movie to set up. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I think they could do Hush for the third one, but I do think this is a type. I think the way this direction is going to go is going to. Again, we don't really know, but I think Mr. Freeze is going to get introduced because Matt Reeves himself said he wants to also focus more on Batman and Bruce Wayne as a character in this. And he said he doesn't want to add too many villains to take away the time to develop Bruce Wayne and between him and his Batman identity. So it's like, okay, so it can't be too crazy of a catalog, but I do think it's going to be hopefully Freeze, Hush, and again, the third one can be exchanged with Mad Hatter, Zsasz.
Let me ask you this, though. Do you think Mr. Freeze can work after the Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Batman and Robin movie? Like,
my God, this is going to be a scientist who is desperately trying to get his keep his wife alive. And either Batman or Bruce Wayne sees that, and he's going to start helping him. And then he eventually sees that Dr. Freeze loses his mind doing it shit. And then he's like, oh, shit. He kind of probably plays a hand in making Dr. Freeze in order, like he starts with helping Dr. Freeze, but he probably plays a hand into making Dr. Freeze become who he is.
Like some Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1 type shit, like with the lizard and stuff. Like starts off as a
Oh.
normal guy, then trying to like help cure himself with his arm and stuff.
Essentially, but Curious wife, Curious wife. Because I mean, even in the video games and in the comic books, that's the whole point of Mr. Freeze's origin is that it was him trying to save his wife. And
Yeah,
then he
I will
turned
say
evil.
Mr. Freeze is like a pretty sympathetic villain as things go. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Batman does have the best villains in DC, and like Mr.
By
Freeze
far.
is like,
The
it's
character
kind of hard to
all
really
time.
call him a villain, kind of, because it's like, dude is really just doing this out of love.
I'd say his origin
doing this-
story, but all in all, he is a villain. But his origin story makes you feel for the guy, definitely.
Because he was just desperately trying to save his wife.
Yeah.
Which,
Or
you
they could go
know-
about the hush way again, which is like, maybe I don't know, because it's playing during winter. Why is it playing winter? There has to be a reason he picked winter for the next Batman setting. It has to be a reason.
Don't know, but I do like. I mean, October 31st. I mean, the last one did take place during Halloween. I mean, I think dude just likes his holidays. I don't know.
No. The long Halloween. That was literally the biggest inspiration. Like there's a reason. Again, that's why I don't understand when it comes to everyone else. Like everyone else's Batman compared to Matt Reeves' Batman. Matt Reeves' Batman is comic book Batman. He
100%.
Batman was year one. The long Halloween were the two biggest inspirations. So we got to think of what are the biggest Batman story arcs that take place during the winter.
I'll be honest. The less I know, the better. The first
That
trailer
also-
drops, I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm probably not gonna watch anything else.
I
might
watched
have
no.
to.
I watched the first trailer of the Batman, and that's all I watched. Again,
Yeah.
trailers nowadays are horse ass. Do not watch the teaser trailer. That's literally as far as I say it goes. Watch the teaser trailer and avoid everything else like the plague.
Yeah, I would say the less I know, the better coming into these kind of movies. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I could just see it now. December 25th. That's crazy, bro.
It's
I
gonna be
mean,
an October release
we'll-
as well. October.
We'll start off
release.
with this because we brought up the Batman before, but I'll ask you straight up, like top 3 Batman portrayals. What are you going with?
Live action wise, I guess let's keep it simple with live action.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I mean, live action is not as much to choose from, but yeah, you can go ahead.
I mean, if I go like that, I would say. I mean, let's see. Damn. Give me yours first. I'm blanking right now. Give me your top
Okay.
3, starting with 3.
Okay, starting with 3, I'll go with Christian Bale. Now listen, a lot of people always clowning his Batman voice. Like, oh, I'm not wearing hockey pads. Like, that whole thing, right?
Yeah, that is true.
But I will be honest with you. It's hard to not put him when, I mean, he has one of the best Batman movies. And I understand that like people are saying like, oh, okay, dude isn't really like the center focus of the movie. But I mean, like his portrayal of Bruce Wayne, I also like a lot. I like the fact that his portrayal of Bruce Wayne is like this fucking idiot, this rich guy that like doesn't really give a fuck, like he's stupid, he's just kind of rich, sleazy. Like I like the idea that his idea of being in disguise is just being the complete opposite of what Batman is. And I would say besides The Dark Knight Rises, we see a lot of his character growth as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
It's more of a Bruce Wayne movie than it is a Batman movie, but I would say, yeah, the Batman Begins again. You see his whole origin story. I mean, I don't know. Like he has the best Batman origin story.
I know.
Him not Batman being origin gets the Batman origin kind of gets fucked with in other films, but I think he has probably the best one in live action. From watching his parents die to a nobody essentially, which is I think is the only way to do Batman's origin story, is to have Bruce Wayne's parents get killed by anybody.
I'm surprised he's not your number 1, and I feel like a lot of people. I mean, that is people's number 1 Batman. Essentially, that is the number 1. So, who do you think is better than the Christopher Nolan's movies?
All right, I'll be honest with you. Okay, if we're gonna do live action,
I think that's the easiest.
We're doing
Stick it to live action.
Yeah. If we're doing live action, then obviously, like, I will say this though. Val Kilmer does deserve an honorable mention because I have recently rewatched Batman Forever, and I do kind of like him as Batman. more as Bruce Wayne than I do Batman, but it's still again not my number 2. And Adam West deserves a shout out too, just for being a goofy Batman. But
Yeah, that's what Arnold mentions. Just not my cup
yeah,
of tea of Batman's.
okay, so I'll go right now. I'll say 3 Christian Bale, 2 Michael Keaton, and 1 is definitely Robert Pattinson. And the only reason I say that is because Robert Pattinson's Batman. I mean, this movie's amazing. He has an arc.
Yeah, he does have an
Like
arc.
very few Batman movies, Batman is already a developed character, pretty much. Batman Begins, obviously, it's him, learning to be Batman, this and that. It's an origin story.
Yeah.
But I would argue that Robert Pattinson's Batman goes through more of a character development in that one movie than Christian Bale's did in all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Because he goes from being literally the darkness in the shadows to being the light in the darkness by the end of the movie. Not just visually, but metaphorically.
Yeah.
The first time he interacts with a civilian in the movie, the guy's scared of him. At the very end of the movie, the person will not let go of him because she's scared. She sees him as like hope.
Yeah, hope.
Like to me, that's beautiful. Like and him as a detective and being smart, like yeah, I fuck with that shit. It is a better movie, I would say, but him as Batman, I do like. Bruce Wayne leaves a lot to be desired, but again, we didn't see much of it, so.
All right, so that's your number 1. Interesting.
I will say that is. I think that has to be my number 1 if we're doing live action.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, I take it back. I take it back. I
See?
Three Christian Bale, 2 Ben Affleck, 1 Robert Pattinson. I do like Batfleck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do like Batfleck.
Damn.
I really do. After watching the Justice League Snyder cut, I do fuck with Batfleck a lot, and the Flash, like.
Interesting. Man. We kind of have a similar list then. I mean,
that one scene where he's talking with Barry Allen, that's the most we've ever got. That's like one of the best scenes where he's just like, he's like, what if my trauma was supposed to define me? I mean, yours made you a hero. And he's like, it also made me alone.
I mean, that's my biggest. That's one reason why I like the Flash movie. It's like it gave Ben Affleck an amazing send off. I think that's Batman. Okay, so my list essentially is Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, then Robert Pattinson. I think Robert Pattinson is the textbook definition of Batman. I mean, it's only one movie, but I don't know. That again, like you said, the character arc and the character growth in that one movie.
Let me ask you this, though.
What any Batman ever. What?
Why not Christian Bale? Why Michael Keaton over Christian Bale?
That is not Batman. Like that shit again. The Dark Knight movies are phenomenal movies. All right, amazing, but they're not Batman movies. They're fucking crime thrillers that have Batman in them, I guess. But when it comes to like detective, fucking Batman, he's not. Listen.
It's
not.
I'm talking about Batman right now. We're not talking about the movies.
Okay,
I know it's hard to talk.
Batman alone, I'd say Christian Bale is probably even worse. If I'm being real with you, if I'm being real with you,
tell me why. I want to know.
Batman's
like
ass.
You said, some people say he's the best Batman, so I want to know why you not like him.
People say he is the best Batman because they've never read a fucking. Okay, I can't even sound fucing pretentious as fuck, but if you read a Batman comic book, Christian Bale's Batman.
I mean, yeah.
His Christian Bale's Batman is just not good. He has no character traits that really is Batman. He's more of a what is it? He's no detective. He's more of I don't know. He's more of a police with. I feel like he's the most police out of all the Batman. I guess I don't like that. He
does work a lot. Works a lot with cops. Cops really don't. I mean, that scene in Dark Knight where he just looks back, he's in the bank.
Yeah,
bro's just sitting there touching evidence right in front of the cops, and like they just like It's. I mean, I get it.
It's like the whole. I think the thing when looking at the Christopher Nolan's stuff, it's more like they always ends up more like, well, the cops are the real heroes here. It's like, I mean, I guess, but I'm trying to watch a Batman movie.
One thing I kind of don't like about his Batman a little bit is there's a lot of scenes with him in the daytime, and Batman in the daytime just does not look right.
He was never ever seen menacing to me whatsoever. He was not menacing at all.
I think that's why I give Batfleck. Okay, because I understand. Listen, Ben Affleck's Batman, I will say right here, is not is not comic book accurate. I mean, he kills people.
Yeah,
100%. But in the universe, I do like it. In the universe of Zack Snyder, if we look at it like, okay, it's an Elseworld story, like it's not comic book accurate, his physical like energy, like his aura, bro. When he walks into a room as Batman, like damn, That's Batman. Like, holy shit.
I guess
his aura is good.
I guess
I love his aura.
I think of Ben Affleck's Batman, I literally just fucking tune out the killing part. I literally just say, yeah, nah, you know what? Nah, no. Because again, the whole point of Batman's character is he does not kill. That is the whole. If your Batman kills, he is not Batman essentially. And that's also
a hot take. I'll admit, putting on my top 3 is a hot take. But I will say that that's going off of. I get Batman v Superman's not a good movie, but when I think of Ben Affleck's Batman, I think more of the Snyder Cut.
I think Snyder Cut.
I think of more of him, like Bruce Wayne. Him as Bruce Wayne is really good too.
I think I think he's the best Bruce Wayne. If I'm being real with you, I think he is.
Yeah, like him as Bruce Wayne is really good. Like with him, like just sitting there, like when he's sitting there saying, like, "Listen, I know I wanted to kill this guy, but like the world needs people." Yeah. Him sitting there, pretty much saying like he made a mistake. Like he's very regretful in Snyder Cut. I think that's why I like him more than in Batman v Superman. Even though in that movie he has one of the best Batman scenes, period. Where he pretty much just comes, flies in, beats in the warehouse scene, where he beats everyone's ass.
Yeah.
He has the fucking machine gun straight out of the Frank Miller comic book. He's like, "Oh, I'll kill her, believe me, I'll do it." And he just goes, "I believe you."
Yeah.
It just fucking blows him up. Like,
it's like
that.
That's not Batman,
man,
though.
It's not Batman. I will admit, but it's like, damn.
But it's still better. I still think it's better than Christian Bale's Batman. I still think it's better. He has
character to him. He has a character to him. He has like. He has a what's it called? He has an arc. He has emotions. He has. Dang, you might be telling me I'm not liking Christian Bale. I don't know.
I'm telling again. The more you think about Christian Bale, he was.
But Batman Begins. He's good in that movie though. I rewatched Batman Begins. It's not as shit as I remember it. He has a lot. Christian Bale's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like him as a character in that movie is really good. Him as Bruce Wayne in the movie is really good. I would say that where he becomes less of a character is Dark Knight, because Dark Knight. Is that he's just a vessel for the story to go through.
I think Christopher Nolan read one Batman Origins comic book and for Batman Begins, and then never read any other Batman comic book after that. I think that's just simple.
Oh yeah,
Christopher Nolan again. He's one of my favorite directors of all time, but that's the thing. He's not. I don't think. I don't know, the way he made Batman, it really didn't seem like he was a comic book fan, and it was more like he wanted to tell a really, really, really good crime trilogy movie. And he could only do it with getting the funds for making a Batman movie. I think that was the only reason why he made that, is so that because he probably wanted to make just a regular ass movie, but it's like, well, I need funding, so when you want to make Batman, it's like, oh, I guess I'll get a shit ton of money and make the movie I really want, but undermining.
He made that before Batman. Inception. Batman Begins, I think, was 2006. So I mean,
yeah.
So look at Christopher Nolan's movies before and after Batman.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was pretty much this lesser-known actor. He made Memento, which is a good movie, but, like, then he makes Batman, and then it's like, then Inception, then Interstellar, then all these movies we come to know as the Christopher Nolan movies, like, those probably wouldn't have existed if he didn't make Batman.
Exactly.
Get, more trust and more funding.
And I'm sure that's what he thought, too. So that's why he did it. But it's like, again, The Dark Knight is still a 5 out of 5 for me in Letterboxd. It is a great, phenomenal movie, but it's just not a Batman movie. It's not. And I understand, like, I get why most people think like the shit is boring in the Batman with Robert Pattinson, but whether you like it or not, he goes around looking at crime scenes. That's what Batman is. Like, I'm sorry if you don't like that.
The world's greatest detective.
Yeah, if you don't like that.
DC stands for Detective Comics. I mean,
literally,
some people don't even know that.
Comics, exactly.
Some people don't even know that. So it's like. But I think you and I can both agree that Robert Pattinson, when people want to, it's fucking Twilight, this and that. Not only is he just a great actor,
he's
but
one of my favorite actors of all time. I'm not even.
But
gonna lie.
he felt like Batman in the movie. He felt like a younger Batman.
Yes.
And I just like the character arc. Again, it's the first time I can think outside of like maybe Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck still kills people at the end of his arc, right?
Bro, I have never seen a Batman say, I need to be better, I need to be more than this, I need to be better than this, I need to become the city's hope, not the city's fucking vengeance. Like, vengeance
won't change the past, yeah.
What other Batman has gone through that arc at all? Again,
live action,
3 movies, Christopher Nolan didn't do that a single time with him. So it's like, yeah.
Nah, he should have. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Christian Bale's Batman kills people in Dark Knight Rises. I don't give a fuck.
Was it? I think so. I barely remember.
Bro, he should have fucking has a missile on a freaking the Batwing and blows the truck up and kills Talia.
Talia, yeah.
Straight up kills her ass.
That
She's
too.
like it just she straight up kills her ass. Oh, he didn't kill her. The truck falling off the fucking bridge killed her. But I'm like, bro.
Again, like, oh, he didn't save Ra's al Ghul. He just watched him die.
He killed him.
Yeah,
That's straight up killing
exactly.
somebody.
He just killed him. He killed a dude.
Not saving some. I mean, it's a dope line. I'll be honest. It's a dope line in the movie, and he definitely deserved it. But it's like Batman would have saved him. Like a detective, comic book Batman would have saved him. And I think that's one thing I love about Robert Pattinson as Batman is somebody said something where it's like, if your version of Batman wouldn't comfort a dying child, then that's not Batman. That's Punisher in a goofy outfit.
That's the problem. I feel like people really like and are too comfortable with the idea of Batman being Punisher because they want Batman to be Punisher. They want Batman to kill the Joker. But the whole point of Batman's character is that he is also not dead mentally well. So of course he would have a mental block, or not even a block, or like a resolution of him never wanting to kill. That is literally the very fiber of what Batman is. Same thing with Superman and shit like that. It's like there's some things to a character that makes the character who they really are. And if you change it, hey, that is good on you, but it's not really that character.
Yeah. I mean, I know it is hypocritical of me saying that, but then saying I also think Ben Affleck is my second favorite live action version of Batman. But I mean, shit, we ain't got a lot of work with live action. I'll be honest. From Christian Bale and Michael Keaton's good. I like Michael Keaton. I love that he got a proper send off in The Flash.
I like the Tim Burton movies.
It was cool, but I mean, they're Tim Burton movies, and they're very of the age. Like they're very like they have not aged that well. Like you can clearly see a lot. It is practical, and I do love practical effects, but.
Not the one that
I don't know, like him. I mean, his Batman doesn't feel as. I mean, him just like doesn't turn his fucking head, like just fucking turning, like, just doing this weird shit. Like I don't know. And then him literally killing the Joker at the end of the first movie. He fucking grapples his fucking leg to a gargoyle statue, and then that makes the Joker fall and die.
Yep.
Like he straight up kills people.
Oh my god,
he straight up kills
people. He grabbed the guy with he fucking threw a TNT back behind the pit and blew the dude up. So it's like again, like.
So he's not perfect either. So people will be like, "Oh, well, what about Michael Keaton?" Like, nah. I mean, I will say this: from the movies, Robert Pattinson doesn't kill anybody.
No, I don't. People say so, but it's like that whole the car scene with the penguin. Apparently, people like again that was more like the penguin causing it. It wasn't Batman causing it, but people say there were people died in that chase. But I don't know. It's like maybe
I would
not.
say that you go from that.
There wasn't overtly killing him. There was no in that movie. There was no,
From fucking Ben Affleck shooting people with guns.
Yeah.
To Christian Bale blowing up cars with his Batwing. And his fuck, you know what I mean? Like going from that, you got to pick your poison. I mean, fuck me. Like
it's the best when it comes to live action because you can Batman in the sense of not able to kill people can only work in the comics because in the comics you can at least draw everyone in a set being nice and safe while he saves like somebody, or if something blows up, he can see the people behind are safe. But in a movie, you can't really do that. If a car blows up, the people, I guess technically inside the car are dead, but like you can't really think about it in that sense. I would say
one thing. Again, it's the thing I said. If like your Batman wouldn't comfort a dying child, that's not Batman. No. And it's like watching him at the end of the movie be there. While the helicopters are coming, he's still there. He's still there carrying people.
Him being real, or him being fucking resurrected. He shoots fucking. He shocks himself, falls into the water, gets up out of the water, and then saves the people. And then literally it's the flare with the light, the guiding light. The light in the darkness. Oh my god.
Yeah, that the director himself said it. It's not just visual; it's metaphorical.
Yeah, it's a rebirth.
It's his baptism. Like he's legit falls in there because before that he's fucking beating the shit out of somebody. Yeah, and then the guy goes like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm vengeance."
And then he realizes, "Wait a minute, vengeance can work. I'm literally the same. Yeah. We're the same person, just on a different side of the coin." It's like, damn. And then he says again, growth. What other Batman character has had that? When it comes to, I guess, Batman's overall, Kevin Conroy, of course, we can't forget about Kevin Conroy.
I think if we're just doing overall Batmans, he's the GOAT. I'd say that no person embodies I mean, when I think of Batman, when I read a Batman comic, I hear his voice.
Oh,
the Batman in the Arkham games are amazing.
The old TV show, he is the voice of Batman.
The Mask of the Phantasm, like the old. I mean, that is Batman. Him as Bruce Wayne is perfect. Him as Batman, his voice is so intimidating. Like it's not even like he's using a voice. He's just sounding more powerful and demanding.
Yeah.
And then when he's Bruce Wayne, he's a lot more fun, more casual. But it's just like, man, just hearing him say, "I am the Knight, I am Batman."
He's the GOAT. Yeah, of
He's
course.
the GOAT.
Yeah,
I would say, like, on a tier list of like, he is the GOAT. But again, we're talking about live action here. Honestly, though, someone who does not get enough love,
Who?
Bruce Greenwood. Bruce Greenwood, voicing Batman. And the only reason I bring him up is because he's in two of my favorite Batmans in animated. He's in the Red Hood, Under the Red Hood. He's the Batman.
Wait, who?
For that, Under the Red Hood, Bruce Greenwood.
Bruce Greenwood. Okay, let me see.
He voiced Batman for Batman Under the Red Hood, which is maybe my favorite Batman animated movie. Top 3, definitely.
It's really good. It's really good. Highly recommended.
He voiced Batman for that, and hearing him deliver some of those lines was bone chilling. And Young Justice, he was the Batman for that, and he had some. That wasn't a Batman show, but he was the Batman, and hearing him drop some bangers in that show was like my favorite part of the show.
So he will end up like Hugh, so that he wouldn't.
Yeah, like hearing him talk about Robin, and them saying like, hearing him tell the Justice League pretty much that Robin needed to find the people that murdered his family, and then Wonder Woman's like, so he could turn out like you, and then it's just pause,
so that he wouldn't.
Yeah, and just like that's again, it's the aura, like that's. And I know, like again, that's the version of Batman that should exist. Like that's Batman. He wants to save people from being, because being like him is not a good thing. Going through the trauma that he went through is not a good thing. That's why in The Flash, when he's like, your trauma made you a hero, it's like, it also made me alone.
Yeah, literally alone. Yeah, so it's
like in the end of the day, he's a loner in a cave with a butler.
Yeah, literally, that's exactly what Bruce Wayne is. And then also they're just not right in the head. Like that's also,
he's obsessed. Obsession. He's obsessed with making sure that nobody ever has to go through what he went through that night.
Yeah,
that's his obsession, is saving people.
And
again, he is a hero. He is not an anti-hero. He is a superhero.
Yes,
I'm sick of people saying like, "Oh, Batman could be an anti-hero." Like, no, he's not. The Punisher's an anti-hero. The Punisher kills people.
Yeah, that is an answer.
Sometimes kills innocent people.
And it's I don't know. Again, that's Batman. What DC again? But that's like, every time I think of anti-hero, that's just such a Marvel thing. What DC character is considered an anti-hero? Because every time I think of anti-hero, I think of Deadpool. Okay, cool.
Punisher.
Punisher.
Wolverine, I guess. Ghost Rider. I mean,
but that's my God. That's
Marvel.
That's
Marvel.
Again,
Marvel.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is an anti-hero in DC?
Maybe Catwoman. I mean, because she kind of goes back and forth between being on the good team and she's kind of like on her own team. But she does inadvertently save people, but she's not opposed to fucking killing people either.
I thought the whole point of anti-hero is not that they keep switching sides, because then I thought the anti-hero is like fair. They are good. Like again.
Oh, I mean, Red Hood is definitely an anti-hero. Red Hood.
Okay, Red Hood. Red Hood is a good
Red Hood
one.
definitely is an anti-hero. Before he comes back to fucking, in the comics, he does come back to the Bat family, but he's an anti-hero. He's killing bad guys, but he's fucking killing them, cutting their heads off and shit.
I just can't think of any other one other than that.
Yeah, and there might.
I feel like the anti-hero thing is such a Marvel thing. Honestly.
It is also a very loose term that's not really like defined. That
it's kind of meaningless too. Yeah,
they kind of use that. They throw that word out like, "Oh, anti-hero," but it's like the actual definition when I think of it is a person that does good things, but at the cost. Like he hurts bad people. In a not so hero way. I guess I could say that. It's like textbook definition is Punisher. When I think of an anti-hero, I think of Punisher.
Yeah.
Straight up the philosophy of like that, again, that rooftop scene with him and Daredevil, literally a hero and an anti-hero having that argument.
Exactly.
One of the best scenes, one of the best scenes ever in comic book TV show
Season 2 of
cinema
Deadpool,
ever. Just those two talking, and he's just like, who are you? Like, you think you're better than me? And he's like, when I kill people, like, when you put them, they're back out in 2 days. When I kill them, they fucking stay down. They're off the streets forever.
Yeah, they stay down.
But he said that what if that person had one bit of spark in their fucking, and you just come and snuff that shit out, Frank? Like, you're just the executor. You think you just come and you're judge, jury, executioner? Like, it's one of the best scenes of, like, you can just see a hero and an anti-hero just having the argument and the debate. And technically, neither of them are wrong. Like, neither of them are doing. And that's the best part of a good anti-hero. Technically, they're not wrong. I would say people just label anti-hero, and it's like, no, they're objectively wrong. They're not good. Like, again, it's like how they turn Venom into an anti-hero. They turn fucking...
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, Marvel, Kraven the Hunter, Venom, what else?
Those aren't anti-heroes. Yeah. Those are villains. Those are bad people.
Morbius. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
Well, that's more I think that the problem with that is studios seem to be more scared of actually making a villain. Even in the main stories, the villain has to be some type of anti-hero. I don't know why they can't just have
some type of redeemable quality.
Yeah.
And it's fine. If you want to write a villain to be redeemable, there are good ways to do that. I mean,
yeah, but not the way Marvel does it. That's the biggest.
oh yeah, I was gonna say
that's not
a great example. A great example is Blade Runner, the original one. I forget his fucking name. Hold on, I want to get this name of the character.
It was a
right.
Dutch actor.
The android. His name was Roy Batty. And like that's when I think of a person that's like redeemable villain. Like he's a villain for the entire movie, but like the dude just wants to live.
Literally.
Like he, tears in the rain. Androids, you die at a certain point, but he just wants to live longer. Yeah, he wants to live longer. That's it. And I love the idea of like that to me is redeemable. Like why is he doing this? But I feel like just I don't know. I think it's because Marvel. I mean, people like villains.
Yeah, they do.
It's okay to like a villain, but I don't think the studio should make the villain not a villain so that their audience feels less bad about liking a villain. I don't get it.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't know what the scare
It's marketing.
Of it
It's money.
Is
they want to sell action figures. They want to sell. You know what I mean? Like they want to sell. They want to sell toys. They want to sell you on the idea of like, oh, my child wants to go see Venom, but why would your child want to go see Venom if Venom's a bad guy?
Oh my god!
Make him a bad guy.
We didn't talk about Venom this entire time, but have you seen the fucking the Venom 3 trailer?
I remember we brought it up once, and you're like, yeah, no. You're like, yeah,
no. A new one came out. Norman Reedus is gonna be apparently the symbiote god Skull or Crayon. I don't fucking know. I don't know that Marvel shit, but yeah, it's Norman Reedus is gonna be in it. That's all I know about it.
On to the next topic. I mean, what is there to say about Venom that we haven't already said? I already told you who is fucking gaslighting Tom Hardy into making these shit Venom movies. I don't know. It's again the same thing with Venom. It's like I don't think Venom is an interesting character. Venom's a villain. Venom in Spider-Man 2, again, that's Venom to me. Evil, villain, bad guy.
I think it's also the fact that it's not even the movie or shows media. It's even Marvel comic books in and of themselves. I think that's where they fuck up as. It's like every single Marvel character you can think of probably has 5 or 6 to 10 plus solo comic book stories. And sometimes characters are side characters. That's just how it's plain and simple. Just sometimes a character needs to stay a side character or a villain needs to stay a villain. The fact that Venom has an entire series on its own, why? Like I don't understand that.
I hate to tell you this, but like
there's no point to that shit, my God.
Harley Quinn is a villain, bro. I mean, but now she got her own movie, you know what I mean? Like it's
look at how that movie turned out.
She could be a fun. Some people like it. Some people like it.
Anyways, the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
Harley Quinn and the Amalgamation Proclamation of Disendation, whatever the fuck the movie was called.
Birds of Prey, I think it was called actually. Aside from one funny scene, I cannot think of one time outside of that. And again, it wasn't even meant to be funny. I'm just fucked up. I thought it was funny. Watching Black Smash just fucking explode. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. But again, it's every character needs their own thing.
Speaking of spin-offs about villains, do you know about Agatha? Do you know how it was Agatha all along? Do you remember the thing that ruined possibly one of the better Marvel TV shows, Wanda and Vision?
It was Agatha all along.
Remember how we thought like Scarlet Witch going off the deep end was such a really cool and interesting idea that she would create this own universe.
Mind, yeah.
So that because she's lost it.
This weird mental prison that turned into a real prison for the people because
isn't that so interesting?
Grieving the love of her life's loss.
Isn't that a really good character plot point?
Yeah, of course.
Nah.
It was Agatha.
It was, even though they went back on that and they did it again for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Then they stepped back because they said, oh, wait, that's kind of a stupid thing. We should probably actually make her a villain.
But then let's keep Agatha as a character.
And then the show's name is actually Agatha all along.
Man, I'll be honest with you.
I thought it was just called Agatha. Agatha.
No, Agatha all along, buddy. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, high school teacher looking. Listen, I don't mean to be like to berate this actress, but like I only know her from spoof movies. Like she's not even like, in my opinion, a good actress.
She was in the only thing I know her from was Step Brothers. That's the only thing I remember her from.
She's the wife.
Yeah, the wife. The urinal.
Like, trying to fuck with the other stepbrother. Like, yeah.
The urinal.
Yeah, the urinal. Like, I fucking hate my life. Yeah, it's like that's all I know her from. She's in comedy movies.
I don't know.
She's supposed to be like this.
My problem isn't the actress.
From the looks of it,
it's not the actress. It's just the whole concept of why are we getting this show in the first place? This is such a waste of money and talent we can be putting to more useful things when it comes to Marvel. And Lord knows
Echo?
Marvel needs it.
What about Echo though, bro? What about that deaf character from Hawkeye that should get her own spinoff that came out that nobody watched?
Yeah, I was about to say that came out and not a single person watched it. Fucking Ironheart. Oh my god. I'm looking at Marvel again. This is depressing to look at. Like all of these future projects look ass. Every single one of this shit looks ass to me.
Listen. If you're a diehard
ass
Echo fan, I don't even know what I could say because apparently Agatha Harkness is actually a character in Marvel.
A barely character, bro. Look up the amount of times she showed up. She showed up.
We're talking like 70s. Was in one fucking like panel, but like I'm talking, which again, that could be done well because we've seen James Gunn do it in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
No, James Gunn's a good writer, Gianni.
And he's a good director.
He's a good director.
It's
something.
She wasn't good. She wasn't good in WandaVision.
I don't even think it's the director's fault. It's genuinely the core at it. The writing in Marvel is just bad. It doesn't matter how good the directing is if the screenplay and the script is shit. It doesn't matter if the directing is good if there's like 30 plot holes in the fucking screenplay. Like it's just shit writer. They need better writers.
But now that evil villain that corrupted Scarlet Witch or Wanda's mind is now the protagonist of the story.
Yeah?
Which is because now she's an anti again. Why it comes from?
She's an anti-hero now. Yeah, she really is an anti-hero now.
Fast and Furious did it, and I thought it was stupid when they did it. I thought the movies got significantly worse when they would introduce a villain, and then be like, you know what? We kind of want this person to like be in the movie still, because Jason Statham's a cool actor, right? So let's let's change him killing Han. Let's write that off. Let's make Han alive again. Let's make him an anti-hero. Remember that? Remember Shaw, the antagonist in Fast Five, The Rock, right? We want to bring Rock back, so let's bring him back as a good guy. It's just like
The Rock was the villain. He was. I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, he's the cop, and they're not,
okay,
it's a villain, but I mean, he's
the villain of the movie. He played the protagonist. He was the protagonist.
He's the antagonist of the entire movie, while Paul Walker and Vin Diesel were the protagonists.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's the law. We don't like the law. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
And it's like, I mean, I don't know, dude. Just I don't understand movies, studios thinking like, I understand when you have an A-list actor, you want to bring that actor back. I get that. And you want people to like that actor in the movie. And if you're The Rock, I get it. It's in his contract. You can't lose in fights.
That's so fucking dumb.
But speaking of something that we haven't talked about, this next movie he's coming out with, he's going to lose a lot in that movie because it's about a real person. And dare I say
The Rock?
Dare I say The Rock? Oscar? Dare I say it?
What are you talking?
It's called The Wrestling Machine.
Okay, so is it
The Smashing Machine? The Smashing Machine.
Is it Oscar worthy just simply because it's a biopic? Is it? He's gonna win an Oscar just because it's a biopic?
Well, I will be honest. The real life story is really good. If this is pulled off with like, it's called The Smashing Machine. Okay. I mean, the real life story of the guy. I know the real life story. Again, we've seen Iron Claw.
Iron Claw was good.
It's that level of depressing.
Is it same director though? Who's the director?
It's A24 too, bro. I mean, it's A24. I mean, I don't. It's they're good.
Oh, what the fuck? It's the fucking. It's one of the brothers that did the fucking Uncut Gems and Good Times. It's one of the brothers. Yeah. Okay, so it's
the
solo.
Actor, bro, the one that acts.
Yeah, the one that acts. Yeah. So it's a solo movie from him. Okay, interesting.
I mean, Benny Safdie. I mean, good director. I mean, here's the thing. It's a movie about a guy. His real life name is. It's leaving me right now. It's Mark Kerr, and Mark Kerr's story. I mean, I recommend just watching the movie first because same thing with the Iron Claw, the Von Erich's tragedy. It's better to go into the movie not knowing anything about it. I mean, you didn't know anything about it when we watched it,
right?
And I did. I knew everything, and watching it, it still tugged at my heartstrings, even though I knew what was going to happen. The acting and the directing of that movie was great, and that was A24. And this is the similar story, but instead of wrestling, pro wrestling, it's MMA.
MMA.
And MMA in the 90s, man, the early 2000s was a brutal world that doesn't get talked about enough. And being a fighter in those times, I mean, I'm expecting to cry watching this. It depends how, but again, it rides on the shoulders of Dwayne Johnson's performance, of The Rock. And that's why I say, like...
You think he can handle that performance?
He's had good movies where he's acted. But lately, in the last, 10 years... He's just been himself.
Yeah, I'll say 10. I'd say damn near 12 years. I don't know, man.
I mean, let's just look at the movies. I mean,
I'm looking at
Black
it right now.
Black Adam. I mean, Fast and Furious movies, Jumanji. He's been in good movies, but him as an actor, I don't feel like has acted. I feel like he's just played The Rock. Which is that fair though?
Scorpion. Last movie I think of like, oh damn, he was pretty dope and was fucking Scorpion King, 2002. I think it was his initial first ever role. I think as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in movies like Faster, Walking
Pain and
Tall.
Gain was good. He was good in Pain and Gain, actually. I do remember that one.
Yeah, Gridiron Gang was another good true story that he was in about the convicts that were the juvie convicts, the people that were in juvie that started the football team.
But again, he's good.
But here's the thing, though. It's like lately, the last like 10 years, I would say, he's just played himself.
Again, he's good at playing himself, but this role doesn't require him to be him. So can he pull it off? That's the question.
I mean, he does not look like The Rock. I'll be honest. With you. Just look at the picture that they released. I mean, whoever did the makeup. I mean, you can tell it's him, but
it's just a hairpiece, man. That's a toupee.
Nah, I don't think so. I just think
he's got the same nose.
Similar. I mean, you see him next to the real guy. I mean, it's pretty good. I would say it's damn.
Well, him and the guy have the same. Yeah, they got the same. No, they don't. They do not look alike at all. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be good, right?
Excited because I think that
the director is a good director. So.
Good director. Emily Blunt, supporting cast. She plays his wife.
Oh,
and it's like if you know the story, like the wife is very important to the story, and I think people. I mean, we haven't got a trailer yet, but I'm excited to see this. Because I like. I don't know. Sometimes some movies you go into movies knowing you're gonna cry a bit. That's fine, and that's okay. That's a good thing to do sometimes. Iron Claw, it almost got me. The last line of that movie is actually the most depressing shit I've ever heard in my life.
What I lost? I lost my brother.
I used to be a brother.
I used to be a brother. Yeah.
And now I'm not.
Yeah. That shit was like damn.
That was like, and then just Zac Efron's acting in that movie was amazing. That's probably his best performance I've ever seen. Just him like trying to hold back tears because his sons are playing and he's seeing his sons like their brothers playing and like damn, because it's like it's that's a good movie and I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see if Rock can.
Hey, it's 8/24, so I'll be there.
He might pull an Oscar out of this, man. I don't know. He might do it.
I think that's a stretch, but hey, we'll see.
I'm just saying, is it fair for us to be like, oh, that's just The Rock because he is a public figure? It's like if Kevin Hart's in a movie, can we really buy Kevin Hart as anybody? It's like John Cena. Can you look at a movie and be like, oh, that's not John Cena? It's like he's a public figure. He's everywhere.
Well, it's your name becomes your brand. You can't really be an actor anymore, or it's not as again.
Because like I will say this: it's pro wrestler turned actor. But I mean, I don't know, Batista. I mean, that's Drax, bro. I don't know.
Batista's good at it because Batista actually, I don't know. He acts in his movie. I don't know. Again, that's so like looking at John Cena. He's a good actor, 100%. But for some reason, every time I see him in a movie, it's still John Cena though. Like Peacemaker, he's good, but it's still John Cena. Rock, he's good, but that's still The Rock. Keanu Reeves, he's good, but that's still Keanu Reeves. But for some
you say it goes beyond just pro wrestlers turned actors. You say like Keanu Reeves, like you think in every movie he's. I'll be honest. I think John Wick changed his entire career. I think people will look back at him as John Wick, not Neo.
In that way, yeah. In that way,
I think that he'll always be looked at as John Wick. Because I
think John Wick is more impressive than what Neo is, anyways. So
I'll be honest. The Matrix, outside of that first movie, bro, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad, bro.
The Wachowskis, they don't know what the fuck they were. I don't know, man.
The first one was good. Really After that. Not good.
Second one was like
ass.
No, second one was like turn your brain off type shit. Like, just don't think about it and I guess it's cool. But the first one.
And then I got ass.
Yeah, then I got ass.
Yeah, then I got ass, and then I kind of ruined the entire trilogy. And it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like it's about looking at this year, we still got some good shit to come out, man. We still got some stuff that's. Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I think that. I mean, what's the next movie, that big movie that comes out? A lot of movies just came out recently.
I'm not too sure about movies, but I know, again, we probably should end it here. But Penguin, next week, I am so hyped about that. I am really let you guys know what we think about that. What else is there?
I would say that right now, I don't know. I mean, we might try to film a movie. And I know we've been saying that for a few podcasts now,
Sure
but
you have.
this week might be lighting up for that to work. We're kind of just trying to figure out like the, now how to avoid copyright infringement, how to do it the correct way for YouTube.
Yeah, the correct way. That's
Yeah.
very...
I don't want to get banned.
Oh yeah, bans. Speaking of bans and shit like that.
I'm glad we saved this for last. I didn't want to open up
yeah.
with this, but
Bro, we got our
we got
fucking
banned. TikTok's gone, bro. I mean,
got banned
people on
from TikTok,
YouTube will see
bro.
this. People on
Yeah.
Spotify will see this, but that shit's gone on TikTok, bro. That shit's gone.
I mean, when it comes to our audiences, we do have. I don't think our YouTube audience comes from TikTok that much, but we did have a little, TikTok thing going on. We got banned. It's kind of annoying, so we kind of have to redo most things, re-upload and everything. But the rest is good. I mean, it can't fucking some bullshit was the ban for. I don't think there really was a reason for it, but hey, we just gotta keep on keeping on and
hey, keep on trucking, man.
Yeah,
just get back on the horse, bro.
That's all we can do. Yeah,
that's all we can do.
Focus more on the YouTube Shorts and everything, but
I mean, I do want to move towards YouTube more as a platform anyway. I do want to like again, that is where we'll be uploading like movie nights and
movie nights.
I do want to have more like. Not just podcasts, but I do want people to see more of our personalities. Like maybe some play-alongs. Maybe we like have a game night.
Game nights, like play-alongs. That works perfect.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe we play like a choose your own adventure game or something.
I mean,
like,
them co-op games go crazy. We probably should have waited to play It Takes Two, but it's whatever. We got
or something like that.
Yeah.
I would love to like play like a choose your own adventure game, like the next Telltale game that comes out or something. Like you and I could play it together.
Yeah,
and we can sit here and bitch and argue about what decisions to make. I think that'll be fun. I think that's something that we could do.
We could run that 100%. So, I mean, if you guys made it this far, thank you. Make sure you check out our channel, the Nerdvana podcast, on everything platforms except TikTok for now. But we'll be back on we'll be back on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, the Nerdvana podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace out, guys.